Greetings. This is Bishop Dr. Ethan Ogletree, your bishop, your pastor. I want to share a great podcast piece with you for our leadership who've already gone through this training. I want to share with you what we're doing within the 90 days process of us relocating. We're at Regal Theater 9. We're believing God is going to usher us and get us there to the promised land. We believe there's an angel of God going before us to make all of that happen in a smooth, in a remarkable, and in an abundant way. I want you to pick up on this: the Greek language, the Latin language, the Hebrew language, and even the Hebrew and Aramaic, which sounds alike, is what the Bible is written on or written by. Those different language flows, watch this, through the narrative or the story of the Bible. It's interesting that the English language, almost like the Hebrew language or Greek language, have different meanings for one word at various times. For example, I want to use the word scale. It has 4 different meanings, from a noun to an adjective. The word scale, when you understand it, it means a certain level of weight. In the ancient times, before today, before we went to Walmart or Kroger, they would have a scale with a weight in it that they could put gold or rice or salt, and it would measure it, weight. But then the word scale also refers to a sound. Keys. We use keyboards. They use harps and other instruments back in those days. It also refers to a certain sound. Scale, watch this, also refers to certain fish. You have to scale that rough skin off before you fry it, before you bake it, or before you eat it. You got to scale that fish. And then finally, scale also means climbing a higher mountain. You scale up and you climb slowly despite the weather, despite the circumstance. That's what you do. Come closer. I want to share this with you. That's what we're doing at New Destiny. We gather, we grow, we go. Watch this. We scale. The first one is weight. The glory of God represents weight. We need God's glory. We need to pray consistently. We need to worship consistently. We need to still believe in the supernatural power of God, that the weight of His glory fall on this place. Second, we need to keep making a sound, a joyful noise. We need to be loud. We need to be vibracious, vibrant. The sound of celebration, not the sound of defeat. We ought to be thankful God is going to get us there, and we have to prove to God we can pass this test. But then 3, watch this scale. We want to make sure, like a fish, we scale off negative thoughts, sin, or trouble. Watch this. In Acts chapter 9, the Bible tells us Saul, who ends up being Paul, was blinded on the road of Damascus. Jesus met him and said, "Saul, why do you persecute me?" But in the midst of Saul becoming blind, the story moves forward that God sends a prophet, Ananias. And Ananias goes to him and lay hands on him. And the Bible says that when he prayed for him, something like scales fell from his eyes. He moved from a dark-sighted vision to being in the light with clear vision. And then last, not least, we scale to go higher. You got to have the right team. You got to have the right unity, harmony. That's why I'm thankful for our elders, our preachers, our deacons, every leader, our worship text. our sound people, everybody, those who help in the moving and transition, that helps us scale higher. If you don't have the right people on the team, sometimes you'll never get off the ground. Or sometimes they'll delay you in the journey of going higher. Jesus, in closing, took Peter, James, and John. It's called the Mount of Transfiguration in the Bible. He climbed up the mountain, took those three with him. And there's several reasons he could trust them. He knew they would pass the test, and they would end up having a testimony about all they had seen and what it was about. That's what we're doing in New Destiny. Join us. Be here. Make sure God is in the midst. We gather, we grow, and we go. God bless you.